The royal world was jolted overnight as a dramatic claim erupted across social media and broadcast commentary, sending shockwaves from London to California and leaving audiences stunned. According to a widely circulated article, Meghan Markle was said to be in a state of panic after royal biographer Tom Bower allegedly made a startling assertion live, claiming that Archie's true identity is not what the public has been led to believe. The allegation, as reported, suggests that Archie is not Meghan's biological son, a statement that immediately ignited controversy, fierce debate, and an avalanche of reactions online. If you found this report insightful, take a moment to reflect on how celebrity culture shapes health trends and why responsible conversation matters. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for more in-depth coverage that goes beyond the headlines and keeps you informed as these stories continue to unfold. Share this video, leave your thoughts in the comments section. The article describes the moment as explosive, with Tom Bower, known for his critical books on the royal family, reportedly addressing long-simmering rumors that have circulated for years on fringe platforms but had never been voiced so bluntly in a public forum. As the claim spread, commentators framed it as a turning point, suggesting that the boundaries of royal commentary had been pushed into unprecedented territory. Within minutes, the story was trending, with supporters, critics, and neutral observers all scrambling to make sense of what had been said and what it could mean. According to the report, the alleged statement did not emerge in isolation. It was presented as part of a broader discussion about secrecy, media control, and the ongoing tension between the Sussexes and the British press. The article emphasizes that Bower did not present verifiable evidence during the live discussion, but rather referenced unnamed sources and inconsistencies that he claimed raised questions. This lack of concrete proof has become a central point of contention, with critics arguing that such claims risk crossing ethical lines, while supporters insist that uncomfortable questions must be asked. The reaction attributed to Meghan Markle in the article is described as immediate and intense. Sources quoted in the piece claim that she was blindsided by the allegation and deeply concerned about the potential impact on her family. The report paints a picture of frantic behind-the-scenes discussions, as advisors allegedly worked to assess legal options and damage control strategies. While no official statement was released at the time referenced in the article, the silence itself was interpreted by some commentators as significant, fueling further speculation. Prince Harry's position is also examined in the report, though largely through inference rather than direct quotes. The article suggests that the claim, if left unchallenged, could represent one of the most painful personal attacks the couple has faced since stepping back from royal duties. Commentators quoted in the piece argue that questioning a child's identity goes far beyond criticism of public actions or interviews, striking at the core of family privacy. Others counter that the Sussexes have themselves blurred the line between public and private, making such scrutiny inevitable. The article also revisits the long history of rumors surrounding Archie's birth, noting that conspiracy theories have circulated online since before his arrival. These theories, often dismissed as baseless, were largely confined to obscure corners of the internet. What made this moment different, according to the report, was the involvement of a high-profile author whose previous work has influenced mainstream narratives about the royal family. This, the article argues, gave the claim a level of visibility it had never previously achieved. Media analysts cited in the piece warn that the amplification of such allegations poses serious risks. They point out that repeating unverified claims, even with disclaimers, can lend them an air of legitimacy. The article notes that several broadcasters and publications chose to cover the controversy not by endorsing the claim, but by reporting on the reaction to it, highlighting the ethical tightrope faced by modern media in the age of viral content. From a legal perspective, the article suggests that defamation laws could come into play if the claims are proven false and damaging. Legal experts quoted explain that while public figures face a higher bar in defamation cases, allegations involving a child introduce additional sensitivities. The report indicates that this factor may influence how Meghan and Harry choose to respond, balancing the desire to correct the record with the need to shield their children from further exposure. The broader royal context is also explored. The article reminds readers that trust between the Sussexes and royal commentators has been eroding for years, marked by lawsuits, public rebuttals, and deeply polarized public opinion. In this environment, even the most extreme claims can find an audience willing to entertain them. The report suggests that this polarization has created a feedback loop, where outrage drives attention, and attention drives ever more sensational narratives. Supporters of Meghan Markle, as described in the article, reacted with anger and disbelief. Many took to social media to condemn the claim as cruel and irresponsible, arguing that it perpetuates harassment and misinformation. Some pointed out that official birth announcements and medical confirmations were made at the time of Archie's birth, calling the allegation an insult to common sense. These voices demanded accountability from media figures who give airtime to what they see as harmful speculation. On the other side, the article notes that critics of Meghan seized on the story as validation of long-held suspicions, despite the lack of evidence presented. They argued that unanswered questions and perceived inconsistencies deserve investigation. This divide, the report suggests, reflects a deeper cultural battle over truth, authority, and who gets to define reality in the digital age. The impact on Archie himself is a recurring concern throughout the article. Child welfare advocates quoted stress that public discourse should prioritize the well-being of minors, regardless of their parents' fame. They warn that growing up under the shadow of such allegations could have lasting psychological effects, a point that resonated with many readers and added a sobering dimension to the controversy. As the news cycle continued, the article describes a familiar pattern emerging. Clips were shared out of context, headlines grew more dramatic, and speculation snowballed. In the absence of official clarification, rumors filled the vacuum. The report underscores how quickly narratives can spiral when fueled by emotion rather than evidence, especially when they involve figures as polarizing as Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. The article concludes by noting that, at the time of writing, no substantiated proof had been presented to support the claim that Archie is not Meghan's son. It emphasizes that the story remains an allegation reported by others, not an established fact. The situation, however, serves as a case study in the power and peril of modern media, where a single statement can ignite a global firestorm.